Hi students, this video is for the new chapter called Continuity and Differentiability, in which the first exercise is of completely continuity, and I'll explain you all the problems of the first exercise. First of all, the definition of continuity. What is continuity actually? If limit extends to a, some a, f of x is equal to f of a, then we can say that f is continuous at x is equal to a. This should happen. And in this also there are something, if it is not happening, then we can call it as discontinuous. Now, sometimes limit exists means this should happen means what should happen? Limit extends to a minus fx should be equal to limit extends to a plus fx is equal to f of a. This means this. Sometimes what happens, this value will be equal to this value. X tends to a minus fx is equal to f of a, and this will not be equal to this. Sometimes this value only will be equal to this value, and this value will not be equal to this. Then if it is equal to this, then we say that it is left continuous. And if it is happening, we can say that it is right continuous. This is the main concept. And one more thing, there are certain functions, bounded functions, some standard functions, where the function is continuous in its domain. Actually, what is continuity? What is continuity? I'll tell you. Continuity means when you are taking some values, when you are approaching some value, x tends to a means x is approaching the value a. When you are approaching the value of x, and if you have some function f of x, if that function will not break, what do you mean by breaking? Breaking means it changes its direction. That means it becomes undefined there and it becomes defined after some point. Okay, so where it becomes undefined is the discontinuous point. If I do some problems, you can understand that. I'll tell you. Okay, Cx is 5.1. What is the first problem? F of x is given 5x minus 3. You are asked to check a different point. At x equal to 0, what happens? At x equal to 0, let us find out limit extends to 0 f of x. See, when something is value is given, not every time we do left limit and right limit. Sometimes it is not required to do left limit and right limit, and there are certain functions which we have to do left limit and right limit. See, for this function it is not required to do left limit and 0 minus 0 plus, because it is always equal at 0. Limit extends to 0 fx. Fx is 5x minus 3. So just to substitute 0, it is minus 3. Now what is f of 0? F of 0. See here a is 0. F of 0 is 5 into 0 minus 3. Both are equal. Therefore f is continuous. Similarly, at x equal to minus 3 they asked us. Okay, let us do. Limit extends to minus 3 f of x. Limit extends to minus 3 5x minus 3. 5 into minus 3 minus 3. You can substitute the limit value until you get a defined value. You are not supposed to substitute the limit value if you are getting an undefined value. Then you are supposed to simplify the function so that the function gets defined. See, here why I am substituting directly the limit value, because you are getting a defined value. See, minus 15 minus 3, it becomes minus 18. The same value will be equal to f of minus 3. This is fx, no? 5 into minus 3 minus 18. So it is continuous. In the same way, at x equal to 5, limit extends to 5 fx. Limit extends to 5, 5x minus 3, 5 into 5 minus 3, 22. And f of 5 is also equal to the same thing. Obviously it happens, no? It is 22. It is also continuous. Okay? See the second question. Examine the continuity of the function f of x is equal to 2x square minus 1 at x equal to 3. Same process. limit x tends to 3fx we do. Limit x tends to 3, 2x square minus 1, 2 into 9 minus 1 is 17. What is f of 3? Same 2 into 9 minus 1, 17. Therefore, it is continuous. Third problem, there are 4 problems given, but they didn't give at what value we have to check the continuity. Fx equal to x minus 5. Examine the following functions. How to check whether it is continuous or not? How do you know that it is continuous or not? Fx equal to x minus 5, fx equal to 1 by, and some problems are there like this. It is given. So, and they ask us, examine the following for the continuity of the function. See, for this function fx equal to x minus 5, first of all, what is this function? Is a linear function. Agree? Linear means of degree 1. So when it is a line, does it break it anywhere? No, it won't be breaking anywhere. It will be go on continuing like that. So what you can say directly? It is continuous everywhere. Everywhere. And no point, you will find no value of x. You will find no value of x where this function becomes undefined. Do you find any value of x where this function becomes undefined? No. No value. So it is continuous everywhere. This is the first function. Second one, f of x equal to 1 by x minus 5 and x not equal to 5, it is given in the question. Okay. Is it continuous? Actually, if it is not given, this function is not continuous everywhere. Because according to the function, the domain, the value of x is not to be given by x value as 5. We are not supposed to give x value as 5. Because when you give x value as 5, this function becomes undefined. So we are not supposed to give. But in the question it is given, you are not giving 5. That means you are giving every value except 5. So it will be continuous only. Because the point where this function is not defined is not supposed to be is not supposed to put in that value of x. So it is continuous everywhere. What is the third function? Fx equal to x square minus 25 by x square minus 25 by x minus x plus 5. X plus 5. X not equal to minus 5. Same here. Actually, we are not supposed to give x as minus 5 because this function becomes undefined. And it is given in the question only, don't give that value. So it is continuous everywhere. Now see the fourth one. D. Fx equal to mod x minus 5. See, do you find any value of x where this function becomes undefined? No. So, see, everywhere it is. 0 is a defined value. Therefore, f is continuous everywhere. Okay? See the fourth problem. Fx equal to x power n. X power n is continuous at x equal to n. We have to check. At x equal to n, limit x tends to n. F of x, limit x tends to n. X power n is nothing but n power n. And f of n is also n power n. Finished. Therefore, f is continuous at x equal to n. Over. See the fifth problem. Problems like this will be given in exam. Fx equal to x and fx equal to 5. If x is less than or equal to 1, if x is greater than 1. So, when function is given like this for breaking points, here what is the breaking point? 1 is the breaking point. Before 1 and after 1 is the given function. That means, before 1 it is continuous and after 1 it is continuous. We are just asked to check at 1. Suppose if they ask you to find what is the continuity, what is the status of continuity at x equal to 2, it is continuous because for all the values of x greater than 1, it is 5. Suppose if you are asked to check what is the status of this function at x equal to minus 3, it is continuous, I tell you, because for all the values less than 1 means all the values, it is x. So it is continuous. So when you are given function like this means you are just asked to check this breaking point. So for that breaking point you need to have two things. One before that value function, one after that value function. Before that value, before one. This is before one. This is after one function. So for such things, what we do is we do left limit and also right limit. Left limit. Limit extends to 1 minus. 1 minus means the function which is before 1. What is the function before 1? X. Now let us substitute 1 here. 1. Okay. Limit extends to 1 plus fx. Limit extends to 1 plus what is the function here? 5. So it is a constant, we give 5 only. Are these two equal? No, these two are not equal. Therefore f is discontinuous at x equal to 1. Suppose for the next problem. In this question, sorry, this is fifth one. Oh, fourth one. This is fifth. Now this is, and in this problem only, at x equal to 1 it is discontinuous, and you are asked to check at x equal to 0. At x equal to 0 it is continuous because for all the values less than 1 it is x now. It is continuous since for all values less than 1 fx is equal to x. So it is continuous. And at x equal to 2, at x equal to 2, yeah. They ask us, yes. 2, it is continuous because it is continuous since for all values greater than 1, it is 5. Fx is equal to 5. But it is not continuous only at x equal to 1. How do you know that it is at, you have to check at 1? Because the function breaks at 1. Okay? See the sixth question. So where to check here? What is a here? Here a is 2. A is 2. So where to check? We check at x equal to 2. Because we have the function before 2, we have the function after 2 also. So limit extends to 2 minus fx. Left limit. That equal to limit extends to 2 minus 2x plus 3. Substitute 2. 2 into 2 plus 3. 7. See, when you are substituting, you are not supposed to write the limit value. You might have known this in your 11th grade. Now write limit. Limit extends to 2 plus fx is equal to limit extends to 2 plus. 2 plus means we have to take this function. See, very important thing to remember. Why I have taken 2x plus 3 here and 2x minus 3 here? 2 minus means before 2. Before 2, which is the function in these two? This is the function before 2. That is the reason why I take here. After 2. After 2, what is the function here? This is the function which we have supposed to take after 2. So this is the thing. Okay? So 2 into 2 minus 3, 4 minus 3, 1. These two are not equal. Therefore, f is not continuous at x equal to 2. So what about the other points, sir? Yes, it is continuous because you are asked to check only at x equal to 2. So obviously it will be continuous at the other points. See the seventh question. See for this question, how to check? What are the breaking points here? There are two breaking points. One is minus 3 and one is plus 3. So I divide the function, I divide the problem also. At x equal to minus 3, I rewrite this. Fx is mod x plus 3 for x less than or equal to minus 3 is equal to minus 2x. You know what it means? Minus 3 less than x means x is greater than minus 3. See, minus 3 less than x. It means that x is greater than minus 3. Now you have two things. So you can do left limit, right limit. Let us do. Left limit is limit extends to minus 3 minus fx. Limit extends to minus 3 minus, what is function? This function you are supposed to take, mod x plus 3. Modulus of minus 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3, this is 6. Right limit, limit extends to minus 3 plus fx. So limit extends to minus 3 plus fx minus 2x. Just substitute minus 3 here. Both are same. Therefore, f is continuous. Continuous. So at minus 3 it is over. Now at 3. At 3 you take this thing now. You rewrite the function. Fx equal to minus 2x, x less than 3, 6x plus 2, x greater than or equal to 3. Okay. Now in these problems, you can also check. When these are equal, no need to do anything. When they are not equal, we have to do something else, I'll tell you. Say left limit. Limit x tends to 3 minus fx. Well, limit x tends to 3 minus, before 3, which function we take? This one, see x less than 3. So we take minus 2x, minus 2 into 3, minus 6. Right limit. Limit x tends to 3 plus fx. 3 plus. After 3. After 3, what is the function? After this is the function. 6x plus 2. So substitute x as 3. 6 into 3 plus 2. 18 plus 2, 20. Both are not equal. Therefore, f is discontinuous or not continuous, you can say. Now, when it is discontinuous, you can also check one thing. They don't ask you, but we can check one more thing. What is f of 3? When you substitute f of 3. When it is continuous, no problem. Discontinuous. F of 3 means where is equal to 3 in this 3? Yeah, it is. So you can take this function and you substitute 3 there. Is equal to 3. So 6 into 3 plus 2, 18 plus 2, 20. So this is equal to the right limit. So this function is, actually it is not continuous, but it is right continuous. Okay? Okay, for 8th question, all of you look here. Here they didn't ask us to do left limit or right limit. Directly f of 0 and not equal to 0 they have given. No doubt f of 0 is 0. Because f of 0 is 0. Keep it like this. But I told you, we are supposed to do left limit and right limit if it is required in the problem. It is required here. Why? Because of modulus function. Already is equal to 0 is there. So I rewrite this function. Okay. Directly we can do left limit. Limit x tends to 0 minus fx at x equal to 0. Limit x tends to 0 minus, what is fx? Mod x can be taken as minus x. Is it not? When before 0, mod x will be minus x. So this is minus 1. Now right limit. Limit x tends to 0 plus fx. 0 plus, same function I take, mod x by x. Actually we are not supposed to substitute 0 directly because it becomes undefined when you substitute 0. Okay? 0 plus means after 0 mod x becomes plus x. So limit x tends to 0 plus x by x. This value is 1 and both are not equal. Therefore f is discontinuous at x equal to 0. See here it is given less than 0 and greater than 0. Before 0 and after 0 both are given. So go with the left limit. Limit x tends to 0 minus fx. When it is 0 minus, in the previous problem we did, mod x can be taken as what? Minus x. Then what this value becomes? Minus 1. Right limit. Limit x tends to 0 plus fx. Limit x tends to 0 plus x by mod x can be taken as plus x. No, sorry. We should not take this function. 0 plus the function is given this one. Directly minus 1. Actually we are supposed to take mod x as plus x, but they gave this. When the function is defined like this, we have to take like this. Okay? So this one. So left limit is equal to right limit. Therefore f is continuous. I am re-explaining this again. Look here. Left limit is no problem. Right limit, you may ask, sir, why don't you write x by mod x and x by plus x? We can write that, but the function is defined in different way. It is a constant function. For positive values, he has taken minus 1. So when you take positive values minus 1, when you take 0 place, that means you have to take the function whatever they have given. That is the reason. If they don't give this, then we go with plus x. Understand? Be very careful with this problem. Okay, see the 10th problem. Same here. For x greater than 1, less than 1 it is given. Let us check. Left limit. Limit extends to 1 minus fx. 1 minus means which function satisfies 1 minus? Second one, this one. X square plus 1, substitute 1 square plus 1, it is 2. Right limit. Limit extends to 1 plus fx. So limit extends to 1 plus, which function will take 1 plus means x plus 1, that is 1 plus 1, that is 2. Both are equal, therefore f is continuous at x equal to 1. When it is continuous at the breaking point, you are asked to find all points of discontinuity. So your answer should be like, when it is continuous at this breaking point, it is continuous everywhere. Then you can say there is no point of discontinuity. Same like 11th question. Fx is equal to x square minus 3 for x less than or equal to 2. X square plus 1 for x greater than 2. Same at x equal to 2. Left limit, this is at x equal to 1. Okay, left limit. Limit extends to 2 minus fx. What is the function that we are supposed to take at 2 minus before 2? This one, x square minus 3. So 2 square minus 3, 4 minus 3, 1. And right limit extends to 2 plus fx after 2. Which function we take? Limit extends to 2 plus x square plus 1, 2 square plus 1, 4 plus 1, it is 5. So both are not equal, therefore f is discontinuous. What is the point of discontinuity here? 2. Therefore x equal to 2 is the point of discontinuity we write. Okay. Oh, sorry, for 11th I took x square minus 3. I am very sorry. It is given x cube minus, I am doing again. Limit extends to 2 minus fx will be, left limit will be, limit extends to 2 minus x cube minus 3. I thought, I didn't see properly. It is 2 cube minus 3, it is 8 minus 3, 5. And for right limit extends to 2 plus fx, extends to 2 plus, it will be x square plus 1, 2 square plus 1, it is 5. Both are same. Therefore, what is no point of discontinuity? It is also. So, I took x square in the previous problem. Now, what is the 12th problem? Same. Let us take left limit. Limit extends to 1 minus fx. What is 1 minus fx? X power 10 minus 1. That is 1 power 10 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Right limit extends to 1 plus fx. So it will be limit extends to 1 plus, we take x square. So 1 square, it is 1. So it is discontinuous at 1. Discontinuous at x equal to 1. So what is the point of discontinuity? It is 1. For the 13th problem, left limit extends to 1 minus fx. What is limit extends to 1 minus fx here? X plus 5. Substitute x as 1, that equal to 6. Right limit extends to 1 plus fx. 1 plus, after function 1, what is the function here? 13, x minus 5. That is 1 minus 5. That is minus 4. Both are not equal. So what are the points of discontinuity? You are asking, is the function continuous? No, it is discontinuous. Discontinuous at x equal to 1 or you can write. Let me look at the 14th problem. What are the breaking points here? What are the breaking points? You can see 0, 1, 3, 10 are the numbers here. But we can take the breaking points as only 1 and 3. Why 0 and why not 0 and 10? Why not 0? With 0 and 10 are the borders. 0 and 10 are the borders. That means we can take the values, these are the borders. we can take something as a breaking point if it has both left function and also right function. What do you mean by left function? Before that value there should be a function, and after that value there should be a function. That is the reason why we take for 1 and we take for 3. We don't take for 0 and 10 because after 0 there is a function, but before 0 there is no function. Before 10 there is a function, after 10 there is no function. We rewrite the function. First we rewrite at x equal to 1, fx equal to 3 for x less than or equal to 1 is equal to 1 for x greater than 1. Okay? In the same way, at x equal to 3, fx equal to 4 for x less than 3, fx is equal to 5 for x greater than or equal to 3. This means, what do you mean by this? X is greater than or equal to 3. What do you mean by this? X is greater than 1. Okay. Now, clearly you can see, no? Left limit is 3. Directly. Left limit is 3. Right limit is 1. No need to do. So, both are not equal. Therefore, it is discontinuous. Discontinuous at x equal to 1. Here also, left limit is 4 and right limit is 5. Both are not equal. Therefore, it is discontinuous at x equal to 3. Okay. So here also, what is the breaking point? Okay, we can take 0 and 1 because before 0 function is there, after 0 function is there, before 1 function is there, after 1 also function is there. We take at x equal to 0. We do both left limit and also right limit. Left limit. Limit extends to 0 minus fx. 0 minus, limit extends to 0 minus which function we take? This one, 2x. Now substitute 0. In the place of x it is 0. Right limit. Limit extends to 0 plus fx. What is the function after 0? After 0, shall I rewrite the functions better? It will be easy for you to understand. I rewrite the function here. Fx is equal to 2x for x less than 0 is equal to 0 for x greater than or equal to 0. This one. This means x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Okay. Limit extends to 0 plus, which one we take? 0. So it is 0. Both are equal. Therefore, f is continuous at x equal to 0. Now, at 1. At 1 also we rewrite the functions. For less than 1, it is 0. For greater than 1, it is 4x. It is 4x. Let us do left limit. Limit extends to 1 minus. 1 minus because it is at 1. At x equal to 1 and this is at x equal to 0. Limit extends to 1 minus. What is the value at 1 minus? What is the function at 1 minus? 0. 0. This is left limit. And right limit. Limit extends to 1 plus fx. Limit extends to 1 plus. What is the function at 1 plus means after 1? 4x. 4 into 1. This is 4. Both are not equal. Therefore, it is discontinuous at x equal to 1. So, what is the point of discontinuity here? 1. See, 16th question is like this. So, what are the breaking points? At what points you can check? Minus 1 because before minus 1 and after minus 1 functions are there, and also 1 before 1 and after 1. So, at x equal to minus 1, we write the functions again. Rewrite. Minus 2 for x less than or equal to minus 1. 2x for x greater than minus 1. See what it means? X greater than minus 1. Okay. Left limit. Limit extends to minus 1 minus. Be careful with negative values. Limit extends to minus 1 minus. Fx is minus 2. So answer is minus 2. Right limit. Limit extends to minus 1 plus fx. So limit extends to minus 1 plus after minus 1, which is the function we take this one. 2x and substitute minus 1. X has value minus 1. So both are equal. Therefore it is continuous. Now, at x equal to 1 also we rewrite. Fx equal to 2x for x less than or equal to 1 is equal to 2 for x greater than 1. So let us find left limit and right limit. Left limit. Limit extends to 1 minus fx. What is the function at 1 minus x? Before 1, this is the function. 2x. 2 into 1, it becomes 2. Right limit. Limit extends to 1 plus fx. After 1. Which function we take after 1 here? After 1 we take 2. So it is 2. Both are equal. Therefore f is continuous at x equal to 1 also. So it is continuous everywhere. All of you here. Oh, I have taken 17. Sorry. 17 is fx is equal to ax plus 1 for x less than or equal to 3 is equal to bx plus 3 for x greater than 3. We are asked to check if these are continuous relationship between a and b. See, they have given already this is continuous function. When it is continuous, since f is continuous at x equal to 3. It is continuous everywhere, it will be continuous at x equal to 3. At x equal to 3, left limit is equal to right limit. Very simple. Left limit extends to 3 minus fx. Limit extends to 3 plus fx. Okay, limit extends to 3 minus before 3. What function we take among these two? First one. Now, limit extends to 3 plus after 3. We take the second one. Bx plus. Just substitute 3. When you are substituting the values of limit, you are not supposed to write limit. A into 3 plus 1. B into 3 plus 3. So 3a plus 1 is 3b plus 3. 3a is equal to 3b plus 2. A is equal to b plus 2 by 3. Divided by. This is the relation between A and B. Now, in the 18th question, they told us to find the lambda. Same ditto. Fx is equal to lambda into x square minus 2x for x less than or equal to 0 is equal to 4x plus 1 for x greater than 0 is continuous. And what about continuous at x equal to 1? I will talk to you later. First of all, it is continuous at 0. So at 0, left limit should be equal to right limit. So left limit is limit extends to 0 minus fx. So limit extends to 0 plus fx. So limit extends to 0 minus which function we take? Lambda into x square minus 2x. Limit extends to 0 plus means we take 4x plus 1, substitute 0. Lambda into 0 minus 0. 4 into 0 plus 1. So it becomes 0 is equal to 1. So at x, what did they ask us? For what value of lambda it is continuous? Okay, for what values of lambda? No, we check. Suppose at x equal to 0 if we take, we are getting 0 equal to 1, which is impossible. So it won't happen. So whenever, whatever the value of lambda you take, at x equal to 0, it won't be continuous. Because you are getting 0 equal to 1. Because whatever if it is p or k, whatever the value, even if you take x as 0, it becomes 0 into lambda only, always. So for no value of lambda, f is continuous at x equal to 0. Now you are asked to check at x equal to 1. So let me do this. At x equal to 1, what happens? So because why it is not continuous at x equal to 0? Because 0, whatever the value put here, 0 into lambda. Okay, now suppose at x equal to 1, it is continuous. For what values of lambda he is asking now? So say left limit is equal to right limit. Left limit extends to 1 minus fx. Limit extends to 1 plus fx. So limit extends to 1 minus means which function we take? Which function we take among these two? This only. 1 plus means which function we take? This only. Because why? Because see, when you are talking about x equal to 1, we have to take only this function. We don't have any breaking point for 1. Is there any breaking point function is given here? No, we are not given any function. So for both we have to take 4x plus 1 only. 4x plus 1 and here also 4x plus 1. And if you substitute, because there is no lambda existing here, because lambda will exist for the values which are less than or equal to 0. So for what value of lambda? Even for any value of lambda. So the value of lambda is not at all bothered here, because at x equal to 1, this function is taken after 0. After 0. So it is continuous. So limit extends to 1 plus, it will be same. It will be same. It is continuous at x equal to 1. Why did I take the first one less than or equal to 0? Because you are supposed to take very nearer values to 1. Before 1 and after 1. Before 1 and after 1. 1 exists after 0, so we are supposed to take this function. So it will come like this. Okay? Okay. Now if you look at the 19th question, fx equal to x minus step x. What? I tell you. Actually, you know how the step x graph looks like. I'll draw the graph of step x first. Graph of step x will be like this. At 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So, step x is discontinuous at integers. Integers. You know how the x minus step x graph will be? X minus step x, it will be like 0, 1, 2, 3. X minus step x means this is an integer and it is, suppose if you take a non-integer, 1.3. 1.3 minus step of 1.3. It will give us 0.3. So the values always lies between 0 to 1. So it will be like this. It will be like this. This is the graph of x minus step x. X minus step x. See, that means, is it continuous? No, it is breaking. Where it is breaking? It is breaking at 1, at 2, at 3, at 4. That means, this function is discontinuous at integers, at integral values. Okay? That you can write it as. By the graph you can say. You can say. Now, 20th question. Very simple questions. These are 20, 21, 22. I tell you. 20th question is fx equal to x square minus sin x plus phi at x equal to pi. Just do limit extends to pi fx. What happens? Pi square minus sin pi plus phi. Pi square minus 0 plus pi. Pi square plus phi. And f of pi is also same. Pi square plus phi. So when this is equal to f of a, it is continuous. Obviously, when you get a defined value, it is continuous at x equal to phi. Now, 21st question, sin x plus cos x, sin x minus cos x, and sin x into cos x. What about these functions? I tell you. Say, 21st. 1. fx is sin x plus cos x. No need to do all the values and no need to substitute all. First of all, if you observe the graph of sin x, it will not be discontinuous anywhere. It will be go on. It will be like a wave and it will go and it will oscillate from -1 to 1. The same way happens with cos x. When two continuous functions are there, these are called bounded functions. Okay, then sum of two continuous functions. Two continuous. How do you know, sir, it is continuous? According to the graph. Sin x graph will be oscillating from -1 to 1. Cos x graph is also oscillating from -1 to 1. Sum of two continuous functions is continuous. For sin x minus cos x, you can take difference of two continuous functions is continuous, and you can also say product of two continuous functions is also continuous. No need to check with the values, and you can say some people they do for x less than some value, greater than left limit, right limit. No need to check. When they are continuous according to the graph, you can say that they are continuous, and we don't have any value where this function becomes undefined. When there are tan x, cot x, something like that, there will be some points where it becomes undefined. The function will not be continuous at undefined values. Okay? See, for 22 problem, they asked that only. What did they ask? Discuss the continuity of the functions of cos, cosecant, secant, cos x, cosecant x, secant x, and cot x. I'll tell you fx. These functions, whether they are continuous and where they are not continuous, I'll tell you. You can just tell that if you know the graph or if you know the values. See, we know the table values also. If you just eliminate the values of the function where this function becomes undefined. That means suppose for cos x, you'll never find undefined anywhere for any value. So it is continuous everywhere. Everywhere means in its domain. Domain means the values which we can give. Okay. Now cosecant x is not continuous at 0, pi, 2 pi, so on like that, because sin 0 will be 0, then cosecant 0 will be undefined, sin pi is 0, cosecant pi is undefined, sin 2 pi. Instead of writing all these, we write n pi. N pi. So it is not continuous at these points. It is continuous everywhere. Secant x will be not continuous at when cos is 0. That means is not continuous at, it will not be pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2 like this. So instead of writing all these are odd numbers, no? 1. So you can write 2n plus 1 pi by 2. So it is continuous everywhere except these points. Instead of all these, we write this. Same in this case. Cot x is also continuous everywhere, but it is not continuous at some point where it is undefined. It is undefined when tan is 0. Okay. Where it will be tan 0 is not continuous at x equal to 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi. Instead of writing all these, we write n pi. No need to check left limit, right limit directly, you can write. Okay. Okay, see the 23rd problem. fx is given sin x by x for x less than 0, x plus 1 for x greater than or equal to 0. Same process, we go with the left limit and right limit. Left limit, limit extends to 0 minus fx. Limit extends to 0 minus, it is a standard formula. Sin theta by theta is 1 actually. We are not supposed to substitute 0. And right limit, limit extends to 0 plus fx. Limit extends to 0 plus means we take this one. 0 plus 1, both are same. Therefore f is continuous. Okay. See the 24th. fx is equal to x square into sin 1 by x. If x not equal to 0, if x equal to 0. Is it continuous function? They are asking us. Say, just you need to check limit extends to 0. No need left limit and right limit here. Just limit extends to 0 fx. Limit extends to 0, x square sin 1 by x, I can write it as limit extends to 0, x into sin 1 by x by 1 by x. See, I write a formula here. Limit extends to 0, this is 1. Be careful with the formula, guys. Sin x by x is 1. But limit extends to infinity, sin x by x is 0. See, when x tends to 0, I tell you. When x tends to 0, 1 by x tends to infinity, sin 1 by x by 1 by x becomes 0 according to this. See, x tends to 0 means 1 by x tends to infinity. So this is 0. 0 into 0 becomes 0. So it is equal to this. So it is continuous. Okay, see the 25th problem. Same process we do. Limit extends to 0. No need to take left limit or right limit. fx. Limit extends to 0. fx is sin x minus cos x. 0 minus 1. Minus 1 which is equal to this. Therefore f is continuous. Okay, from 26 to 30, you are asked to find the unknown values when the functions are continuous. How? I tell you. Here the function is given like fx is equal to k cos x by pi minus 2x when x not equal to pi by 2 is equal to 3 when x equal to pi by 2. They told us find the value of k if it is continuous. I do this, look here carefully. Since f is continuous at x equal to pi by 2, limit extends to pi by 2, fx is equal to f of pi by 2. This is the process actually. So limit extends to pi by 2, fx I take k cos x by pi minus 2x is f of pi by 2 is 3. Now I rewrite the function. I just change the function like how? Limit extends to pi by 2. I take 2 common here. It becomes pi by 2 minus x. K, instead of cos x, I write sin pi by 2 minus x. Can I write like this? Instead of cos, can I write sin pi by 2 minus if I take 2? Now see, when x tends to pi by 2 minus x tends to 0. So sin theta by theta becomes 1. K by 2 into 1 is 3. So k is 6. Directly you can write. Okay, now look at the 27th question. Fx is equal to kx square for x less than or equal to 2 is equal to 3 for x greater than 2. It is continuous, find the value. So limit, left limit is equal to right limit. Limit extends to 2 minus fx is equal to limit extends to 2 plus fx. Limit extends to 2 minus means kx square, this one before 2 is equal to limit extends to 2 plus is 3. K into 2 square is 3. K into 4 is 3. K is 3 by 4. The same way 28. Fx is equal to kx plus 1 for x less than or equal to pi is equal to cos x for x greater than pi x. So same at x equal to pi it is continuous. So left limit is equal to right limit. Now it becomes limit extends to pi minus fx is equal to limit extends to pi plus fx. Okay, limit extends to pi minus means before pi kx plus 1. Limit extends to pi plus after pi cos x. So k into pi plus 1 is equal to cos pi. K pi plus 1 is cos pi means cos 180 it is minus 1. K pi is minus 2. K is minus 2 by pi. Okay. Next 29th. Fx is equal to kx plus 1 for x less than or equal to 5. 3x minus 5 for x greater than 5. Okay. So left limit is equal to right limit. Limit extends to 5 minus. So we have to check at 5. Fx is equal to limit extends to 5 plus fx. So limit extends to 5 minus. Which function we take? 5 minus before 5. Kx plus 1. So after 5. After 5, 3x minus 5. Let us substitute. K into 5 plus 1. 3 into 5 minus 5. 5k plus 1. 15 minus 5. 5k plus 1 is 10. 5k is equal to 9. K is equal to 9 by 5. Okay, all of you look at the 30th question. See, we rewrite the function. What are the breaking points here? 2. Because before 2 function is there, after 2 is there. So we rewrite at x equal to 2. X equal to 2, fx will be 5 for x less than or equal to 2 is equal to ax plus b for x greater than 2. So this is what this means, 2 less than x. It means x is greater than 2. Now left limit extends to 2 minus fx. Limit extends to 2 minus means which one we take among these two? This one, 5. Okay, next right limit limit extends to 2 plus fx. I think we can take directly left limit is equal to right limit because it is given continuous now. Directly we take left limit is equal to right limit. So limit extends to 2 minus fx is equal to limit extends to 2 plus fx. So limit extends to 2 minus, we take the first one 5 limit extends to 2 plus, we take the second one, ax plus b. 5 is equal to a into 2 plus b. 2a plus b is equal to 5. Keep it in a box. We solve later. Now, at x equal to 10 also. Because, see now, less than 10 is there, greater than 10. Both two functions are there. We rewrite the function. Fx equal to ax plus b for x less than 10 is equal to 21 for x greater than 10. Greater than or equal to. Now, they told that it is continuous, so left limit is equal to right limit. So, limit extends to 10 minus fx is equal to limit extends to 10 plus fx. 10 minus, before 10. Before 10, what function we take? Among these two, this one. Ax plus b. And after 10, we take, after 10, 21. This one. So, a into 10 plus b is 21. 10a plus b is equal to 21. Put it in a box. Now we solve these two to get the values of a and b. I do here. 10a plus b is 21. 2a plus b is 5. Subtract and change the symbol. 8a is equal to 16. A is equal to 2. Now after getting a, take any value. Take any equation. So 4 plus b is 5. B is 1. Okay? Right, guys. See, the last 4 problems. Actually, we are not required to take all left limit, right limit everywhere here. There are some bounded functions. There are some continuous functions which you can say every function is continuous at its domain. See, if you find any value where the function gets break or where the function is discontinuous, where the function gets stuck, then you can say that it is discontinuous. See, in the first one, cos x square, I don't find any value where this becomes undefined. So I can write directly that it is continuous everywhere. In the same way, mod cos x also is continuous everywhere. For all these, I don't find any value where these functions becomes undefined. But for this one, you take separately. This as a continuous function, this as a continuous function. Okay. So, sum or difference of two continuous functions is always continuous. So, you can take this also as a continuous function. Okay? All the best.